Phillies have fallen back in their old ways again. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Sensitive Media to recap of this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Texas Rangers as the Phillies lose 4-2 to the Rangers as they get swept out of this two-game series. So they get swept out in Philadelphia, and then they go down to Texas and also get swept down there. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I am disgusted with this Phillies team. I am truly disgusted with this Phillies team. I mean, Kyle Schwarber with a 2-run home run today was pretty much the only highlight. I mean, Zach Lear striking out 8 in just 4 1/3. This umpiring crew is just an absolute joke. I mean, all the umpires have been bad for a long time now, but especially this year. I mean, especially this year. It's been significantly worse this year for whatever reason. I think we all can agree on that, right? I think we can all agree on that. I mean, like, just far worse. Far worse. We all remember late April against the Milwaukee Brewers in Pittsburgh with the Sunday Night Baseball Andrew Hernandez catastrophe. And there's a ton of other examples throughout our season already and all across Major League Baseball. And we have another bad call today. The Phillies defense continues to come back and bite them. It's this terrible execution out there. Not good execution at all. Rhys Hoskins learned how to play first base, man. You've been starting there since 2019. On a daily basis. Nick Castellanos continues to do nothing. OPS now drops below 700. Just an absolute joke. We have a tough 4-game series against the San Diego Padres, and when the Mets are, really playing a true challenging opponent, this is the time to take advantage by beating the teams you need to beat. And the Rangers, one of those teams you needed to beat, and you got swept out of the season series. You got swept with the 2 in Philly, and you got swept in the 2 in Texas. I say going in, hopefully a split. This interesting isn't even that good, and then we're really able to mow down our offense for whatever reason. I understand no stats at the plate, but my goodness gracious, they mowed us down offensively as we pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the second inning. Old friend Brad Miller does it to us again. We all remember up back in Philadelphia, the final game in that 2-game series. Of course, he delivered the go-ahead RBI to give the Rangers the lead. And he goes against the Phillies again as he singles on a ground ball to right field that sneaks in as Jonah Helm and Josh H. Smith come around to score as the Rangers now take a 2-0 lead. So Brad Miller does it to his former team again. He's a very scrappy hitter. I mean, he has a very simple approach to the game. Doesn't wear any batting gloves. He takes it where the pitch was thrown, right? And that's one thing I really love about Brad Miller, right? I mean, the pitch is on the outside part of the plate, he hits it to left field. The pitch is on the inside part of the plate, he hits it to right field. Vice versa, right? I mean, this is a guy that is just a scrapper. He just throws his bat hand out there, and he sees what happens, right? I mean, he just has one of the most purest approaches to the game. I mean, just a raw player all the way around. He just plays the game in a very simple way, and I really respect that out of him, right? I mean, I enjoyed watching him. His 2 years in Philadelphia, of course, they were, both non-consecutive, of course, 2018 and 2021, as he did have that brief stint with the Cardinals, of course, in 2020. He spent the whole season there, the long 60-game season we had that year. And we pick it up here in the top of the 3rd inning. Kyle Schwarber. Phillies offense really needed this one. It had really any ripple effect anyway. Of course, I was hoping that it would, as he homers on a deep fly ball to center field that goes over the wall. A 2-run shot that also scores out on Bone. And the Phillies now tie it at 2. That was Schwarber's 19th home run of the season. So he gets the job done. I mean, that ball was absolutely crushed. It's not easy to home run at that ballpark. We also saw Bryson Stott, the at-bat before. It's a deep fly ball to center field that was right on the warning track, and he just fell short. And the very next guy up, Kyle Schwarber, able to get over that wall, right? So, of course, they're kind of razzing him in the dugout a little bit, kind of getting on him, just in a funny way, not trying to be mean or anything, but they're just kind of, making fun of him, trying to make him feel a little better. He was definitely frustrated. Bryson Stott's a guy that really has been struggling at the plate, and every little bit helps. So I'm thinking he was really bummed out when that ball, died on the warning track. Honestly, that ball would have been out at our ballpark 100%. Of course, the big saying, everything's always bigger in Texas, right? So definitely a big ballpark down there in Dallas. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cole Calhoun does it again as he singles on the ground ball to center field. Corey Seager comes around to score, and the Rangers now retake lead now 3-2 ball game. So I will say that some of this contact in St. Louis line really wasn't that hard hit. First of all, the defense didn't help him, not at all, as we did see in that bottom of the second inning. He just seemed to allow, a lot of cheap hits today. He just did. And it was just so annoying. It just felt like it was just one after another. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cole Calhoun doubles on a sharp line drive to center field. Otis Garcia comes around to score. Nice job by Herrera and Bryson Stott. And a nice tag by Bohm to get Cole Calhoun at third. But of course, that did not stop the run from scoring. As the Rangers now extend now a 4-2 ball game. So that was Calhoun's 10th double of the season. So he hits a home run last night off of the wonderful Jerry's Familia, and then he comes back again this afternoon, has a 2 RBI game. So he certainly hurt the Phillies in this series. So we lose 4-2. That is it. I mean, we scored 2 runs down there in Texas. 2 runs. And it came from Kyle Schwarber. I mean, a 2-run shot. That was it. That was it, folks. That's all she wrote. Kyle Schwarber out the lead spot only. It was a big one, that deep home run out to center field. So that ball was absolutely clobbered. He pretty much knew it off the bat. A 214 average now for Schwarbs. He's hitting 269 over his last 7. So hopefully he could just hit around 250. I mean, I would like to see that average up a little bit higher, but I mean, 19 homers, 39 RBI, just one shy of 40. Of course, now he's pretty much set up to have, this is going to be way before, to have at least 20 home runs before the All-Star break. You're in really good position. That's quite an accomplishment to have at least 20 home runs before the All-Star break. I mean, Harp's definitely doing it. He's at 15. He hasn't hit one since Milwaukee, right? I mean, that was the final game of the series there. He is definitely due for a homer, a 828 OPS for Schwarbs. When Castellanos is now dipped below 700. You look at this guy. I mean, of course, he's hitting 214, and the other guy's hitting 245. Now, you wouldn't think that, would you? So Schwarber has had a far better year. Definitely, Schwarber's had an underrated year. I'll say it. Schwarber has had an underrated season. This guy's consistently got on base, day in and day out. He works pretty good at bats. He usually doesn't bail. The guy hits for power. I mean, almost 20 home runs now. It's not even July 1st. He's definitely going to have, if he stays healthy, he stays on this pace. Over 40, 100%. Keep up the good work on Schwarber. I mean, of course, like I said, I would like to see that average up a little bit higher, but it's getting there slowly. Rhys Hoskins, 1 knock this afternoon. This defense continues to come back and bite us. Another defensive miscue by, Rhys Hoskins at first base. I'm going to talk about the umpires when we get to the Zach Wheeler line a little bit. Bryce Harper finally back in the starting lineup. It was so nice to see him. He singles on a line drive to right field, and he also draws a walk. Average now sits at 326. Of course, that was his average going into the ball game. Unfortunately, his presence in the line didn't really seem to have that much of an impact. Of course, it wasn't him. He went out there and did his job just fine this afternoon. But to the Kyle Schwarber 2-run home run, it was just simply not enough. Nick Castellanos, another hitless performance. Average now drops to 245. And I love to compare him to Kyle Schwarber. I mean, I just do. Because this is a guy that's getting paid $100 million over 5 years. Kyle Schwarber, 4 years, $79 million. Schwarber has done much better than Nick Castellanos. Much better. I mean, the OPS confirms it. The home run total confirms it. He's done far better than Nick Castellanos this year. 692 OPS. So that really tells you everything you need to know. I mean, Kyle Schwarber with OPS right around 830, has an OPS at 692. I mean, really, just very, very telling. JT Realmuto, it was performance this afternoon. Average now drops to 240. Of course, he did have that 2-hit night last night. Nothing really came out of it this afternoon. Didi Gregorius 1 knock as he did go hitless last night. So he was able to come back out the next day and collect a knock at 270 average for Didi. And Odubel Herrera continues to struggle as he goes hitless out in center field. I mean, the bad production out in center field continues. I mean, OPS now drops to 696. This is a guy that's his OPS was around 810 for a little while. I kept saying, I'm like, I can't believe how high Odubel Herrera's OPS is. Well, look how much it's dropped already. We all talked about it. Even when he was going good, I'm like, he's going to cool off. He's going to go through like that really weird stretch where, he's just really, really struggling. Now with collects 1 knock as he gets to start at third this afternoon. And Bryce Stott with a hitless performance when he was able to draw a walk as he hit that absolute tank out the center field that just fell short. That wasn't like it was just off the end of the bat. He really smoked that ball. He really did. I mean, he got a good wood on that thing. It was really a shame. I really felt bad for him because he really needed that. He desperately needed that. Darn. I mean, that definitely was a shame for him. And Zach Lear, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 4 runs away, 2 overearned because of this treacherous defense. 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. A 2.77 ERA as he gets smacked with a loss as he's now 6-4 in the year. Just a disgrace. Just an absolute disgrace. And the stuff was working again today. The slider continues to look dominant. The fastball continues to have velo on it. He continues to sneak his curveball, in the 2-strike count. Curveball has certainly been an underrated pitch for him over the course of the past 3 seasons, especially over the past 2 seasons. But this umpiring crew, as I talked about a little bit at the beginning, I mean, I understand that this did not lead to a run, but I mean, this kept him out there for an extra 19 pitches. And I think it's very important to talk about. I mean, we have Cole Calhoun at first, and Joe Helm in a 3-2 count. He tries to take a swing. He clearly went around. He clearly broke the plane. His wrist went like this. His wrist went like that. I mean, it clearly broke the plane. I mean, clear as day. Not even a debate. I mean, not even a debate. Not even close. I mean, it wasn't even close. And then Cole Calhoun, of course, in the meantime, breaking for second. Chichibicho throws an absolute nuke down there, and they get him. And then they appeal it to his umpire. Nope, he didn't swing. I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, chalk that up as another blunder by the umpires this year. I mean, I've never seen umpires so bad in my life. This is just ridiculous. It's getting to the point where robo-umps. Exactly, I had to throw an extra 19 pitches because of that. So I definitely think that had an effect. Of course, it doesn't mean that it doesn't give the offense an excuse. Exactly, he had a good start today. I mean, I understand the line isn't pretty under the 7 hits, but a lot of them were just soft contact. I mean, 8 strikeouts in his 4 1/3. I feel bad for Zach Lear. I really, really do. So shame on this umpiring crew. I mean, another disastrous umpiring crew as we've seen pretty much all year. And Jablani was able to come in there in the 5th inning and get the job done, striking out 2. That was certainly pitching in the clutch. Connor Brogdon continues to impress with another solid inning. He now drops down 2-0-4. He continues to impress. And how about Jose Alvarado? Was that really Jose Alvarado? My goodness gracious. Actually, he was able to put the stuff where he wanted to. He was actually able to locate him. It's a pretty rare occurrence. We get to see it this afternoon. Of course, it had to come in a loss. It can't come in a win, can it? Corey Knebel, a solid bottom of the 8th inning, just walking 1. So the bullpen did its job today. The bottom line is, you go take a look at the series back in Philadelphia, early May, and you go take a look at this series, the offense just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. And that's the biggest thing. They just were able to outmatch our offense. It's just really, really. We're going to San Diego. I mean, you don't think it's going to get any worse now for this Phillies team. 44-27. Of course, they are without Manny Machado, which is good news for the Phillies. Of course, he was in the MVP talks. He still is. They still got a lot of weapons over there. The team you want to sit back on, that is for sure. Ranger Suarez 5-4. They 4.43 ERA going against Joe Musgrove, who is the only pitcher to have a lower ERA than Zach Lear since May the 1st. 8-0 with a 1.59 ERA. I mean, the offense is already struggling, and now we're going against the best pitcher in the National League since May 1st. My goodness gracious. I mean, you just thought things couldn't get any worse. And honestly, knowing the Phillies, they'll come out tomorrow night, they'll absolutely, just show them, knock them out. I mean, 3 innings. This team is bizarre. It's so unpredictable. I understand baseball in a lot of ways is a weird game. It's very unpredictable and a lot of weird things happen, but this Phillies team breaks that. I mean, really, they're just weird. I mean, they're just so unpredictable. Drives me crazy. Definitely a frustrating loss this afternoon. I'm really fired up. Mostly about the umpire. I mean, Reese Hoskins, clean up the defense. This Phillies team, clean up the defense. Now 36-34. So, of course, the Mets have lost 2 straight, which is great to see. As they lost to the Astros again, 5-3. So this is when you have to take advantage. And we're not doing that. We are not doing that. I mean, clearly. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Attitude Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at BeyondStoveMedia. Card text 267-225-3292. Email me, PhilliesAttitudeMedia@gmail.com. Got a late one tomorrow night, 9:40. The first pitch, Suarez Musgrove. I mean, this offense needs to wake up, clean up the defense. Of course, there's nothing we can do about the umpiring crew, but we need to focus on what we have to do. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. Bounce back. I'll see you guys.